Good morning, guys. It's a sunny Thursday morning, and this is London Loop Day 2, and today I'm walking sections 19 to 21. That is from Harrow all the way up to Chingford, in reverse of course. Currently at South Tottenham, starting my journey, waiting for my train to arrive so I can get myself to Harrow first. It's a bit of a journey, it's about an hour from here. Then I could officially start my hike. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Just a quick recap. 2 days ago I did sections 24, 23 and 22. Took a day to rest and recover really, and today I'm back on it now for day 2. The entire goal is to finish the whole London Loop, which is 24 sections in 10 days. So by the end of today I should have completed about 6 of them. Yeah, so that's that. Got a few minutes left till my train gets here. Then we're gonna make our way to Harrow. Just got off the train at Wanstead Park and I am running up to Forest Gate so I can make my connection. I think I've got about another 10 minutes till my next train, so I should be able to make it in one piece. And Forest Gate is literally about 250 meters of road, so it should be pretty straightforward. Okay, made it to Forest Gate station. I just need to see what time my next train is and jump at the train as quick as possible. Looks like my train is in about 5 minutes time, which is perfect. Okay, that was perfect timing actually, so made it to Forest Gate. We got about another 4 minutes till my train, so I need to jump on that as quick as possible. Get to Harrow. It's about a 20-minute journey, then we can officially start our day 2 hike. Okay, this has been a very quiet journey actually. The trains are empty, it's nice and air conditioned.
Next station, Harrow.
So yeah, we're approaching Harrow, so not long till I start the hike. I feel like this is going to be...
Marks the gap between the train and the platform.
Compared to my previous hike, it's going to be slightly longer, but it's actually a lot more scenic and straightforward. And again, similar to last time, I'm doing 3 sections. Let's get off this train and make a start. We are at Harrow. So, had to walk a few hundred meters away from the train station or the start of section 21 because it was really noisy and there was a train running. Yeah, so section 21, we're going to walk, we're going to explore, we're going to photograph things and make the most out of this walk really. The weather's absolutely beautiful, very similar to 2 days ago but a bit warmer, hence I've got the shorts on. So yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. I think I need to head in that direction over there. Alright, let's cross the road. Right, so I've just spotted the first London Loop sign of the day. There's a plane flying above me, hence why it's a bit loud. Yeah, it could have been better sign posted, should I say, but it's not too bad. I'm still sticking to my GPS, so I know where I'm going. I need to refer to every now and then. Other than that, everything is good. We've just come off the main road. It's already nice and quiet. Section 21, the one I'm currently walking, is about 7k, so I should be able to walk that in about an hour and a half. Once I've completed that section, I'm going to be in Havering-Atte-Bower. I can't even say the name. It's a fancy sounding village in Essex, I believe, and I'm going to be taking my lunch break there. Then We're going to quickly whack out section 20 and then 21 afterwards. Sorry, 19 afterwards. So I am doing it in reverse. Coming up to this busy road because I can hear traffic ahead. I believe it's a dual carriageway that I need to cross over shortly. Hopefully there is a easier way to cross it, and I can see another London Loop sign, so I know I'm going the right way. Coming up to this very busy dual carriageway, I think it's called the Colchester Road. I believe it's heading, it goes down to Colchester. I'm hoping there is a sensible way to cross it, because on the route I plan it said that I can just cross over, but the signs are telling me to walk up and back afterwards. So let's see how it goes. I guess it's a busy road and the London Loop signs are up there. I wouldn't necessarily cross this road in the middle, so I need to find a safe crossing, which is further up the road. Found a quiet spot, so we're able to cross the road safely. I'm going to have to do the same thing on the other side now as well. So there's a lot of traffic on the other side, so I'm going to have to wait for a few more minutes to cross the road. Okay, we made it to the other side safely. It wasn't a safe way to cross, and the vehicles were moving quite fast, so I had to wait a few minutes for it to actually open up before I crossed it. But we are on the other side and we're going to carry on walking now. And the temperature's dropped as well, actually. It's a nice breeze, so yeah, it should be a comfortable 7k walk to the end of the section. Right, the section I'm currently walking is pretty straightforward. I am walking alongside a little river. I need to find out what that river is, or a brook. It reminds me a lot of walking the New River, actually, between Enfield and Barnet, because it's got a similar feeling, believe it or not. But yeah, so far so good. I was walking alongside a path, crossed a couple of roads over, and we are walking on another path again, and we are heading in that direction right now. So far I've done about 2.5k, so I'm pretty much halfway through section 21. I'm going to say the weather is a bit temperamental today. It's sunny for a second, then cloudy and breezy, but it's very tolerable, so we're going to carry on. We're coming off the main path and entering some woods. This looks pretty straightforward, actually. There isn't a signposted path or anything like that, so I'm just going to walk where I think it's safe to walk and crack on with it, really. We're still following the path off that little river as previously. I feel like there is a path alongside the wood, alongside the little river, but there's some trees have fallen, so I'm going to avoid that path and walk on the main road, I guess. And I'm running out of space on the road, so I need to swap over to the other side shortly. That's a very narrow pavement, but there's literally no vehicles, so I am fine. And we're back near the woods again. I've got to say, there are some really nice houses around here, actually. Definitely quite expensive. Now, we are almost halfway through section number 21. From the looks of it, the rest of this section is going to be very similar terrain, like, you know, alongside parks and woods and roads. So yeah, I'm going to carry on and actually, surprisingly enough, there's quite a lot of London Loop signs as well. Guess there's a few buses there, it's getting a bit louder. So I'm going to continue with my walk instead. We've just come off this country road and we're going to be walking up that road there. There's a vehicle coming, so we're going to wait here for a few minutes. I'm going to resort to the map and then carry on walking. Okay, looked at my GPS plans and routes and looks like I am literally walking up that hill over there. There is a little walking section, as you can see, painted on the road. Never liked those painted walking sections as a cyclist. I know I need to be very careful walking up this road. Might have to put the camera away and just focus on walking instead. So let's do that. Right, so here we got Lakeview Park Residential Park. We're going to walk past this or through this, I'm not too sure, but it's a pretty straightforward walk up the hill, so we're going to carry on walking that way. I feel like at the end of this I will be ending section 21, where I'm going to take my lunch break and then focus on section 20, I guess section 20 is a long section as well, so I'm going to quickly have a look at my plan to see how long that section is, so I can time myself or pace myself that way. Oh, there's a London Loop sign here, but there's also a little fence. I'm not too sure where that's going, but I'm going to stick to the road itself. I almost walked the wrong way, completely forgot that there was a bit that I had to climb over. Luckily, when I looked at my route, I was able to sort of literally walk a good 20 meters back and get myself back on the right way. This looks like a pretty sort of empty farmland route of some sort. I don't know, by the way, because I have seen some horse poop on the path, so that means I might just run into some wildlife, you never know. Alright, just spotted the actual London Loop sign, so I know I am heading in the right direction. It's not as eerie as Purfleet 2 days ago, because it had a very abandoned feeling. This just has a I'm walking through someone's farm feeling, actually. So yeah, it's getting a bit off-roady. I do have my trail runners, which means they should be fine walking through this sort of environment. If this was in winter, I would have definitely put on my hiking boots. That would have been more appropriate for this sort of terrain. Because it's dry and not wet, I could get away with using some trail runners. And if you see, this is almost like Epping Forest vibes, actually, which is a good thing, because when I end this walk today, I will be ending it in Epping Forest, in Chingford. Let's crack on. It has gotten incredibly quiet now. Normally I'm talking very loud when I'm filming with the action camera, because the microphones aren't that great, so easily you get some wind noise as well. But here it's absolutely quiet. I can hear some planes in the background, and I'm sure there's a motorway somewhere near around here, because I can hear some vehicles as well. Other than that, this is really lovely. Behind me is like some sort of field or a farm. It's such a lovely route to take. I feel like this is a route that's normally taken by people that sort of drive to the farms, because it's an off-road track, it's not actually a paved road. So yeah, I can see a London Loop sign in the distance, so yes, we're still in the right direction. Let's carry on. So we're walking on a country lane for the last sort of 5 minutes. Now it looks like I need to cross over. No, it's through here actually, and walk through a field. So let's go. So yeah, we're walking in that direction, very similar to the field that I walked past or walked through when I was trying to get to Hainault Wood a couple of days ago. It's very dry, but it's summer, hasn't rained in a while, so I guess that's why. So I've just taken a break to just appreciate the cloud coverage today. It is absolutely beautiful. Like, you know, if you turn around you can see it's just, hopefully it doesn't rain. I want it to rain actually, but just to say, the cloud coverage is absolutely beautiful today. Now, I feel like I'm taking way too long filming all the little things now, so I'm just going to crack on with it and cover as much distance as possible and just cross this field as quickly as possible. And then when we get to the other side, we'll have a look at the map, see if we're going in the right direction, and go from there. I wanted to point out that there's giant cracks on the ground, so I need to be really careful about walking through this field. I don't want to, you know, take a wrong step and get my foot stuck anywhere in these cracks because I'm in the middle of nowhere, and it will be difficult to get someone to come and help me out or rescue me. So I'm going to be very cautious over the next sort of half a k, 1k, till I cross over to the other side. Then I can film some more things for the vlog. So yeah, I'm going to put the camera away and focus on actually walking safely. Just covered this lovely little lake. I've definitely gone the wrong way because this is not where I was meant to be, but this is quite nice. Thought I'd take a break here, have a look, and then head back in the correct direction. So I was walking through a farm, a field should I say. I've got lost, ended up at this lovely lake. I'm not entirely lost, I just walked in the wrong direction for about 200 meters. I know exactly where I'm going now. I thought I'd take a break here quickly to make the most out of this peaceful, quiet moment, look at the lake, and then head back in that direction and join the path again. So that's that. Let's go. I don't like getting lost because it just means you're going to have to walk back on yourself, and you're spending a lot more time than you need to. So this time around, focus on finding the right way. It does get a bit confusing when you're walking through someone's field. There aren't any clear signs for you to follow, and you tend to get lost quite easily. This isn't the first time I've got lost. I did a hike in Hertfordshire one time, had to walk through someone's farm, got lost there too. That was quite funny. It wasn't at that time, but now look back at it, it was quite funny actually. So yeah, that's that. Goal is to get out of this farm and then get back on track. I am so glad that I'm back on track. So what I've done is, when I got to one point of that field, I accidentally took a left instead of a right. So I've done a bit of a loop, walked around someone's field, eventually got back to where I got lost, took the right turn, jumped through some bushes, and here we are back on track. Now, apparently when I get to the end of this field, I need to find another path. So I need to really focus on doing the right, taking the right routes instead of getting lost again, because I don't think I can waste any more time. 2 days ago it was 23 and 24k. Today it's about 26k, so I've got a lot more distance to cover, and I started quite a bit late in the day as well. So I do want to finish before it's sunset. I should be able to get it done by 6 o'clock, but yeah, let's crack on. All right, it's getting a bit warm now after walking in scorching heat for the last half an hour getting lost. I'm overheating, but hence why I'm walking on the shade right now to cool down. Had to come off for a second so the shiny head can breathe. Glad to say that we're back on track again. It's yeah, it's been an adventure. Getting lost is always fun as long as you find your way back. So yeah, that's that. Okay, safe to say I am back on track, still walking through people's farmland and, you know, footpaths that doesn't exist. The only way I know there's a footpath is because I am following a GPS route. If I was to do this old school way by looking at a map, I would have definitely got lost ages ago. So I'm sort of glad that I'm following the GPS. We're still in the middle of nowhere. I think I've got another k and a half left until I go and find a main road. Then I can walk into town and complete section 21, take my lunch break there, and start section 22. I think I desperately need that lunch break because getting lost has made me a lot hungry. Finally, a London Loop sign. I haven't seen one of these in ages, so there's a little London Loop sign there, so I do know I'm going in the right direction now. Let's go. Always need to close people's gates if they're using it so their cattle or sheep don't run off. And there's a horse staring at me from there. So I've got lost and made my way back. It's probably added an extra hour to my hike, but overall this is such a beautiful day to do this hike. Especially, gotta say, so far one of the most scenic routes I've done as part of the London Loop. So section 21, definitely a scenic route. It's not well signposted, so you might get lost like I did, but other than that, it's actually absolutely beautiful. Behind me is some sort of weird water tower. I'm going to quickly photograph that and then carry on walking. Hello horses. I'm going to keep my distance from you in case you decide to bite me. So I'm going straight ahead. Alright, I am finally out on a main road again. Oh, it's way too much time spent in farmland and fields. I do smell a bit like a horse right now. I feel like we are in Havering right now. Let's go find out where we are, because the walk leads me through to the main village and we'll go from there. Now that was definitely an adventure. Right, excellent news. I've just completed section number 21 of the London Loop. I'm going to go into a wooded area now where I'm going to take a short break and have my lunch. Then we're going to walk section 20. Alright, just discovered that I'm in Havering Country Park. Most of this section is through this park. So this is section number 20. This goes from Havering all the way to Chigwell. I have no idea what the distance is, but I'm going to find out soon enough when I stop to grab lunch. But I feel like this is going to open up into a nice open field. So let's go find out what's on the other side. And it's right, so this is Havering Park. This is a horse riding trail as well, so there is a huge chance we'll run into some horses during this section. This is quite lovely, very woodsy, foresty, quite a lot of large trees. Section 20 is the longest section of the day today. It is just under 10k, I think it's about 9.7k. Most of that is going to be in this amazing wooded area, so I'm not complaining about it at all. So I'm just going to crack on with it, take some photographs, and now that I have my lunch, I've got plenty of energy. Just cover that distance as quick as possible. I should be able to do the next 10k in about 2 hours. So I've been walking down this way for the last 5 minutes now, and it's such a beautiful park actually. Very, very similar to Epping Forest. I guess it's very similar region as well. It's hills and forests and fields and wooded area. It's just lovely really. It keeps getting better and better this hike today. One of the best things about walking through woods is that you get plenty of shade. That means you are sort of protected from the elements. It's nice and cool over here, and these trees, I don't know much about trees, so I don't know what they are, but they are absolutely gorgeous and they are giant. They are huge, some of the biggest trees I've seen in London in a while actually. So yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It's nice to see other people are using this route as well, because it's a country park. There's people and people on horses, other hikers. I've actually came across 2 groups of hikers for the first time ever today, which is quite nice to see. I guess they might be doing the London Loop on the opposite direction or just going for a normal hike. Who knows? The thing about hikes like this is that normally when I'm hiking somewhere, I do it for the distance. I do it because I want to see how much distance I can cover in a day. My record is 34.5. I did that for my birthday, where I walked from Hertford all the way to Tottenham Hale. And then there's hikes like this where I want to stop and document everything, so it never takes the time you planned it to take. So this said it should take me about 6 hours. It's definitely going to take me about 8 hours because I've stopped at several places on the way here to take photographs and film, so it's going to take a lot longer than expected, and I am perfectly fine with that because I am enjoying every single moment of that. I am out of the woods now, following a nice country lane downhill, and I am walking parallel to the woods now. I think this is going to lead all the way down to a road, and I can cross over and get to the other side. Gotta say, walking through that woods really sort of calmed me down. It sort of, you know, relaxed me, because when I was walking in the open field, getting lost, I was getting a bit anxious and nervous, and now I am very calm and collected. And yeah, I think I'm about 2k into section 20, so another 8k to go. That's about an hour and a half of walking, so yeah, onwards. Right, a very clear London Loop sign to say that we need to go this way, and heading in that direction. These are always funny things to open, actually, because you move them like this and you walk through them like that. Very awkward things. The last section was a bit strange. I felt like I was walking through someone's backyard, because there were like stuff everywhere, people on their quad bikes, farmers. Yeah, slightly strange. They didn't really care that I was walking past there because it is actually a public road, so I didn't care either. I just walked really quickly. Now, as you can see, we're back on another open field. There was a very, very large notice saying this is the London Loop, follow this, go this way. So that's exactly what I'm doing. It looks like it's got a big cloud. It has, because if you look up there, there's a bit of clouds. I don't think it's going to rain, but we got about another 5 hours of daylight left as well, which is more than enough time. So yeah, I'm not worried. I'm just going to carry on. It looks like we are entering Epping Forest. Such a beautiful place. Lovely flowers all around. Definitely one of the scenic hikes I've done in a very long time. So I ended up at a golf course, which is really strange. I think the loop runs through the middle of the golf course. I just need to find the way out and get back into the actual path, and it looks like I am heading in the right direction. This is all in the middle of Hainault woods, actually. Alright, let's stop and have a quick look to see if I am going in the right direction. Okay, found a London Loop sign again, so I know I'm going in the right direction now. Well, when I came out into the golf course, on my GPS it said walk directly through the golf course, and there's people playing golfers. I'm not going to walk into the middle of a golf game. I don't know how it works, but I'm not doing that. So I had to sort of walk around them, and then we are back on the London Loop. I just want to get out of the golf course as soon as possible. That's the aim, actually. Finally made it out of the golf course. Now there's a little opening that's coming up. I need to find another little woodland trail to carry on with the London Loop, and I feel like it's somewhere behind those trees. Let's go. Okay, found the trail. I know it's that way. Okay, back into a forest now, and this path leads all the way up to Chigwell, so it's pretty straightforward, and it's going downhill as well. Seems like a lovely mountain biking route. I guess we are sort of entering sort of Epping Forest territory now, so no wonder it looks very similar. Yeah, so to just recap this section so far, section 21 was incredibly beautiful. Section 20, which I'm walking right now, from Havering to Chigwell, is also beautiful, but not as complicated as the previous section because I didn't get lost in someone's farm. This is very calm and serene and relaxing, and keep up a good pace as well. The only odd part was I had to stop and sort of walk around the golf course to avoid people that are playing golf, the golfers, and being hit by a golf ball, I guess. But other than that, so far so good. Okay, it looks like we've just entered an open area of the Hainault Forest Country Park. Very quiet indeed. Apparently there's a lake somewhere, or a giant pond somewhere ahead of me, so I'm heading in that direction, which is part of the London Loop anyways. The London Loop suggested I should take the long way around the park, but I'm taking the straight route to make up all the lost time during, you know, the last 2 hours where I got lost. So far so good. We're not far from Chigwell. I'd say within the next half an hour I would be at Chigwell, where I can take a short lunch break, or I have already had an early lunch break. I say short break, have a snack, and then get back on it really. That's the plan. Back into a woodland, and I can see the lake ahead of me. So let's go see the lake, I guess. And if we can find a spot by the lake, we will, and relax there. I guess after walking through a mixture of different terrain, a break by the lake is ideal. I feel like I found the perfect spot. Sit down, but first, let's have a look at the lake. Decided to take another look at the lake before I head back into Chigwell. Took my sunglasses off because it got really cloudy, but the sun's back out again. But I guess it is what it is. I'm just going to carry on walking, so I am heading towards Chigwell. Alright, sign says cows are present in Hainault. I don't mind cows as long as they don't come after me. I am fine. You always need to be cautious when you're walking through, you know, marshes and wetlands and people's farms and stuff, because there are wildlife, it's livestock, mostly with horses and cows. They're a lot bigger than you are, so you've got to be incredibly careful. Sheep and goat, you're right, you can outrun them most of the time, but with cows and horses, be incredibly careful. And yeah, just be mindful of them as well. If you see, you know, horse riders, give them plenty of room and they will be thankful. And yeah, just, you know, be respectful, respect the nature, and get on with it really. That's the plan. From the sound of things, I believe we're coming up to a road or a dual carriageway. That might be Romford Road. Yeah. We're going to cross over, and then we're on the other side of the forest. Right, hold on. Let's just quickly resort to the GPS. Looks like I'm going straight ahead. This is why it's important that you always wear trousers, even if you are walking in summer, because I've got shorts on today, and I've definitely been caught by some thorns and some bushes and some, hopefully there's no poison ivy, but yeah, this is a bit tricky. Ouch. Ow. Okay. Oh, we've reached the end of this part, that is. Oh, looks like I could have taken this other route. Instead, I decided to walk through there. Oh well. Now, where the hell do I cross this road? I feel like I need to go find a spot to cross the road. It is a dual carriageway. It is quite a big one. Let's walk further up to see where I can cross the road. Alright, we've safely crossed the road and got to the other side. It's a busy road, but it's not entirely busy, so you can actually time yourself well and cross over. In places like this, there should definitely be a overhead crossing. So, looks like we made it to Chigwell Road Woodlake, something like that. Now, quite lovely out here. I think London Loop is heading in that direction over there. Okay. I just looked at my planned route. Looks like there aren't any more major roads or dual carriageway to cross over. It's going to be mostly a forest or a woodland trail until we get to Chigwell. Let's quickly talk about section 20. So started section 20 at Havering, in Havering Forest Country Park. It's very lovely, one of the most relaxing hikes I've ever done. The scenery just got better and better and better. Woodlands, open spaces, golf courses, forests. So yeah, I cannot complain at all. Now, that's a lovely tree, by the way. So, I know for a fact when I finish this section and start section 19 from Chigwell to Chingford, the scenery is going to be exactly the same because we're walking in a similar area. So yeah, it's going to be pretty straightforward. I've got about another, I don't know, 8k to go. I know that for a fact the last section is about 6.5 or 7k. Yeah, feeling a bit tired though, but I'll be fine by the time I get back. Definitely looking forward to the beer at the end of this hike. Actually, I guess if I haven't mentioned this before, it's a bit of a Troy tradition. Finish a hike with a lovely drink, either a beer that I buy in a shop or finish at a pub and treat myself to a nice cold beer. So it's always been a tradition and I'm going to carry on with it, I guess. I almost took a wrong turn, but we are back on track now. Sometimes you've got to be really careful because some of the little turns you have to take off a main road, especially a country road, isn't marked quite well, and I walked past my turning and I had to walk back on myself. Luckily it was only about 50 meters, but yeah, we're back on track. We're going through this very narrow path. I know I'm going the right way because there are a couple of London Loop signs dotted across. So yeah, let's carry on. One thing I want to add on is this section is much clearly signposted. I guess it's because you are literally walking through people's backyards and small narrow lanes. Definitely, I haven't really looked at my GPS. I'm literally looking at all the signs that are like this, for example. Just clearly points out that I need to take a left once I climb over this little bit. So yeah, let's do that. Whee. See? So much better when signs are clear. Oh. Ah, London Loop is this way. Wow. Back out to a open place. Yes, the problem with open fields like this is it's not always accurate when you're walking in the middle of nowhere. Your GPS goes off a little bit. Same mistake I made last time. From what I can see so far, I need to walk straight down that path over there, but hopefully, I can't speak today, hopefully by the time we get to the end I have actually followed the path and I'm not walking around in circles around another field again. Oh dear. One of the worst terrains I walked so far today. It's because it's been so dry the last couple of months. Absolutely no rain. It's practically drought season, and you can see even all the fields are dried up. Okay, so I've just made it to Chigwell. That means I've just completed section 20 and started section 19. The last section is about 6.5k. That means I'm gonna finish this entire hike. That is day 2 of London Loop in less than 2 hours. I think by the time I get to Chingford, it'll be about an hour and a half. And by the time I finish the hike at the bottom end of Chingford, near the station, it should be about 2 hours. So yeah, section 20 was pretty straightforward and scenic. Section 19, I'm walking through suburban roads, but hopefully we'll enter the Epping Forest soon and it will be a bit of a woodland trail till the end of the hike. Okay, that last stretch was a bit scary because I had to walk past a very busy road, narrow pavement, trees on the pavement, so you have to walk on the main road itself. So yeah, quite annoying. I'm coming up to the M11 where I need to cross over. So let's see if that is going to be a overhead bridge or an underpass or just something entirely different. Looks like we're going over the M11. Right, that is the M11 behind me. I need to scream because it is way too loud up here. I thought it was going to be a very small crossing, but it's actually a huge bridge. So that's done and dusted. Now, I need to find the sign for the next part of, I think it's just walking straight ahead. I'm not too sure. Aha, there's a sign. It says London Loop on top. And you can see it over there. Looks like we're going to the right. We have to cross over a busy road. Now I'm walking down a very empty looking road with fast flowing traffic now and then. I need to stop further up and see if this is actually going in the right direction, because I've looked at the signs but I haven't looked at my GPS yet, so I think I should resort to my GPS right now to make sure I am going in the right direction. Alright, we come off the main part and we are entering the Roding Valley riding meadows. So this is practically forest setting and woodland setting. So yeah, gonna do that now, get into the woodland area and carry on with our London Loop hike. I guess I got about another 5k left. That is what, at my current speed, because my speed's come down a bit, another just about an hour. So yeah, let's get the last 5k done. It feels like the longest 5k ever, but let's get it sorted. Alright, just looked at my route. We got exactly 5.2k left till we get to Chingford. Quite happy. So another hour and a bit of walking, and it's downhill and it's not flat terrain, so I do need to take my time and be careful. So that's what I'm saying, it's going to take me just over an hour. Otherwise I could easily do 5k in under an hour. So we're going to crack on with it. I am walking beside this very quiet and calm little stream. Probably the River Roding, I'm not too sure actually, because I am in Roding Valley, so I might have to look into this in a minute, but it's beautiful, very relaxing and calm. Wow, this is totally unexpected. Alright, quick update. I've got another 4k left to complete section 19. We are walking towards Buckhurst Hill, if I said that correctly. I know I'm close to the underground because the central line runs through here and I can hear the trains in the background. So yeah, I'm very close, but we need to cross that over and head into Epping Forest in a bit, and then obviously carry on walking towards Chingford. So far so good, slightly on the tight side, but we can make it. We can easily do the next 4k. And yes, looking forward to those beers at the end, because I am thirsty. So that's where the Central Line trains run. That's towards London. Crossing over to the other side. And we are back on the loop. So, just crossed over the Central Line. There were two lads there, they saw me filming, they were like, "Mate, are you on YouTube?" I'm like, well, I am, but I haven't put anything up yet because I'm still working on putting up the rest of the stuff. So that was quite funny actually. It's nice to talk to people now and then. Now the question is, do we go that way or do we go that way? I had to check my route really quickly. Looks like I'm going ahead. Oh, this has been a very interesting walk actually, because there's a lot of new places I explored, places that I've been to before but I haven't really walked through. So that was quite nice. Just the peace and quiet, that was quite nice too. I guess we're just getting on with it. Oh dear. I guess after walking 25k, I feel a bit tired. I think I've got another one that's coming up in 3 days time, which is about 30k. I definitely have to be a bit more prepared for that one and take a bit more water as well, because I've taken, what is it, 3 litres today, and no, not 3, 2.5 litres today, and I'm on the last half litre. So it's like I need to take a litre for every 10k I'm walking. It is what it is. I could have easily stopped at a shop and bought water, but I like to sort of take everything I need when I'm hiking with me, so that I'm just prepared. We've finally entered Epping Forest actually. This is the last stretch, the last 2 and a bit k to go. We've got one more road that is coming up that I need to cross over, the new Epping Road. After that it is practically a straight walk to Chingford. Oh dear, I'm well happy about this actually. I knew there's going to be a push at the end, but we're almost there. We're almost there. Alright, the last 1.5k to go. So I think this is a good time for me to summarize this section and this entire hike really. So today is London Loop day 2. My goal was to complete sections 19, 20 and 21 in the reverse order. So I did 21, 20 and 19. Started off at Harrow Wood where I finished 2 days ago. Harrow Wood to Havering-Atte-Bower, if I'm saying it correctly, was a bit all over the place actually, because I was walking through people's fields and farms and getting lost and everything. So it's still scenic, it's lovely, not my favorite section so far. Then section 20 was the best one because it was through Havering Country Park and woods, plenty of scenery to see, plenty of things to do. Had a nice lunch break there as well, so that's probably the best one. Then when I got to Chigwell, I started section 19. I am right at the end of section 19 now, where I will be finishing this hike at Chingford. So within the 3 different sections, I'd say my most favorite was section 20, followed by section 19 and then section 21. Plan is to take it easy tomorrow. I got some stuff to do. I'm going to see some artwork in London, catching up with some people, relax, and then I will be back on day 3 on Saturday, where I'm going to be starting the walk from Chingford and then heading through Enfield to Cockfosters. Now that is going to be probably the shortest walk I'm ever going to do, and it's going to be the easiest walk because I actually live in Enfield and I know that route quite well because I've done that route once or twice before. Not as part of the London Loop, but in general I've walked that path before, so that should be the fun one. So Saturday should be a pretty straightforward one. Yeah, so yeah, got about, yeah, as I said, 1.5k to go. When I get to the end, I'll do a quick summary and outro, and we can happily end day 2 of the London Loop. Okay, we finally made it to Chingford. I've got less than 500 meters to go till I finish section 19, and about another 100 meters to go till I actually finish the hike itself, because I need to get to Chingford bus station to get home, because it's actually a 20-minute bus journey from there to mine, which makes life so much easier. So yeah, overall it's been a fantastic day. Been walking since say 12 o'clock actually, or half 11, I'm not too sure. Yeah, really good one actually. Really glad I done it. Now tomorrow the plan is to rest so I can get back on it on Saturday. I'll be starting here again, so yeah, that's something to look forward to. Alright guys, I've officially ended the hike. That is London Loop day 2 done. Now I'm going to finish this beer, jump on a bus and get home. I am absolutely knackered. See you on the next one. Bye for now. Cheers guys.